Okay, here's a recording that might help on error intervals. Share my screen. Right, error intervals, it's all about the impact rounding a number has. So if you've done, let's try something. If you've got 3.41 times 2.76, if you're rounding it to one decimal place, you might change that to 3.4 times 2.8. Now, if you work that out, 3.4 times 2.8, that comes out as 9.52. But if we go back to the original question, because we've rounded, 3.41 times 2.76 is actually 9.4116, which means this answer, because we've rounded, is wrong. And that's why it's called an error interval, because it's acceptable, but it's wrong. And what you need to do is to try and work out, well, actually, what would be the acceptable range of any answer? Now, to do that, you need to think about how you round a number. So if you've got a number which is like 24, and that number has been rounded to the nearest whole number, that means it could be slightly less. It could be 23.9, it could be 23.8, etc. And it could be 24.1, 24.2, etc. And you've got to think, well, where are the limits of this interval? Now, the easiest way of doing it, if it's been rounded to one whole number, go up and down by one whole number. If you go down by one whole number, you get 23. If you go up by one whole number, you get 25. And then the interval is in the middle. So in the middle, between 23 and 24, is 23.5. And in the middle of 24 and 25 is 24.5. So therefore, the interval of the value x, which is 24, is 23.5 x 24.5. Now it can be equal to this one because this one rounds to 23.4, but it can't be equal to this one because this one rounds to 25. So we just don't put the extra line underneath. Now that's the way that error intervals work, and you've got to think about how it does it in the various different forms. So if we've got another number, so let's say if we've got 6.7 and it's been rounded to one decimal place. Because it says one decimal place, what we do is write the original number, go up and down by one number on the decimal place. So we go to 6.8 and 6.6, find the middle values. The middle value is 6.65 and 6.75. So therefore the interval of these two is x is between 6.65 and 6.75. It can be equal to 6.65 because that rounds up to 6.7, so we put an extra line on it. It can't be equal to 6.75 because that rounds up to 6.8, so we'll leave it like that. If you've got more things, let's think about other ways of doing it. If we've got another number, let's say 2,300, and that's been rounded to the nearest 100. What we then do is go up and down by 100, exactly the same way, because it says to the nearest 100. We go up and down 100 and find the middle value. And the middle value between 2,200 and 2,300 is 2,250. And the middle value between 2,300 and 2,400 is 2,350. So that means the value x, whatever it's called, whether it's a height, whether it's length, whether it's time, it's in between those numbers, 2, 2, 5, 0, 2, 3, 5, 0. It can be equal to 2,250 because that will round up. It can't be round to 2,350 because that will round up as well, so we'll leave it like that. Now that's the way error intervals work every time. The only thing you need to be careful of is when it starts doing calculations with it, like I did in the example. Now I'll go through a few exam questions with you. So here's some exam questions I prepared earlier. So it says the weight of a bag of potatoes is 15 kilograms to the nearest kilogram. So that means we write 15, go up and down by 1 kilogram because it says to the nearest kilogram. Find the middle value. Now, what is the smallest possible weight of the bag? 14.5. What is the largest possible weight of the bag? Now, here's where you get confused because actually a lot of people say, well, it can't be 15.5. It's got to be 15.49 recurring. Now, if you write that, you don't actually get the mark because that's not what it's after. It's after 15.5, the upper bound, which is 15.5. I am not convinced if you write this, you might not get the mark. I'm not sure. But I would say, well, what it's after is the interval values, so the upper and lower. And these carry on the same way. 81 centimeters correct the nearest centimeter, so 81. Let's write that again. So 81, up and down by 1 centimeter, so 82, 80. Find the middle values, so that's 80.5 and 81.5. So the least possible, smallest, 80.5, the greatest possible, largest, 81.5. And it carries on that way. This is 11 meters, nearest 1 meter, so therefore up and down by 1, etc. They all carry on the same way. Let's try a few others. So this one, slightly harder when it's written because it says 2 decimal places. So 2.35, 2.35. It is 2 decimal places. So we go up and down by 1 on the second column. So that's 2.36, 2.34. Find the middle values. 2.345, 2.355. Notice there's always 5 and 5, always. Now write down the error interval for x. Sorry, write that again. X is 2.345 to 2.355. This one will round up to 2.35, so you can have it. This one won't round down because it'll round up, so we can't have it. There's your error interval, and it carries on the same way. 8.124 being rounded to 3 decimal places. So we go up 8.125, 8.123, find the middle value. So write down the middle. The middle is 1235 and 1245. So it is 8.1235 is less than or equal to x is less than 8.1245. They carry on all the same way like that. And lastly, start doing calculations. So let's have a look. Here we go. So this one's doing calculations with it. So if you've got A, which is 4.2, correct the nearest decimal place. So you've got 4.2. It's a decimal place. So we go up to 4.3, down to 4.1. You take the middle value. So that's 4.15. 4.25. It says, what's the error interval? So there we go. 4.15, A, 4.25. It can be that one, it can't be that one. Part B says, what is the lower bound for B? So let's do the bound. It's 13. It's nearest whole number, so we go up by the whole number. So that's 14 and 12. We find the middle, which is 12.5 and 13.5. He says, what's the lower bound? The lower bound is 12.5, so 12.5. And lastly, what is the error interval of A plus B? And what you need to do is to think, well, actually, what's the lowest possible value of A plus B? What's the highest possible value of A plus B? So we need to think, right, lowest is going to take the lowest values. The lowest value of A was 4.15. The lowest value of B was 12.5. So we're going to do, what's my mouse? 4.15, that's the lowest value, and 12.5, that's the lowest value. And we're going to add them. So that's 16.65. That's 16.65. And the highest value, well, that's 4.25. And the highest value of B was 13.5. And we're going to add those together. So that's 17.75. So therefore, the error interval of A plus B is 16.65 is less than or equal to A plus B is less than 17.75. They're all the same like that. They're all like that. The only time you need to be careful, if you're doing perimeter, you're just adding, that's okay. If you're doing area, you're timesing. You take the highest and the highest to get the highest. You take the lowest and the lowest to get the lowest. You just need to be really careful on division. But that's all the types of questions you need to do. I hope that's been useful. When you are doing error intervals, it's just about thinking about rounding backwards. So what could round to that number? Round down, round up, etc. I hope that's useful.